gotta do it with your whole ass. This is the Phat Girl Chronicles with Leo Rochelle and the squad. You gotta do it with your whole ass. This is the Phat Girl Chronicles with Leo Rochelle and the squad. Good evening, amazing, beautiful ass peoples. It's another amazing Tuesday. Did y'all miss us last week? Because a lot of people told me you did. I want to thank y'all for allowing us to have a break. And then hopping on here with us again this week. So if y'all don't know, tomorrow starts Mental Health Awareness Month. May is that month, Mental Health Awareness Month, and we kicking it off a little bit early, okay? We kicking it off a little bit early, and yeah, it's gonna get a little real tonight. So, we just letting y'all know ahead of time that it's gonna get a little real. It's gonna get a little raw. It's gonna get a little different than what you're used to. Well, not really. We get real raw and all of that kind of stuff. But only reason I'm saying that is that because we talking about mental health, and mental health conversations usually create a lot of different emotions and feelings and things like that. So yeah. So we're gonna see how this thing get cracking off tonight. How y'all doing? Y'all all right? How y'all doing?
I'm good.
Good deal.
I'm good. I'm good.
I'm glad y'all good.
I don't know about Moses, but I'm good.
Right. I don't know what's happening over there with Moses, but we gonna.
I got that Metro PCS today.
What?
I got that Metro PCS today. My bad.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Look, my favorite person in the comments. Hey, let's go.
Hey, Gina. She said, yeah, I tuned in last week and was looking like that episode of when he was standing in the living room by himself. Listen. Yeah, we needed a quick break so we can get everything in order.
We can turn the lights off, though. You can turn the lights off, you petty.
And prepare for this topic that we got going on all this month. It's gonna be a little deep. So we trying to make sure we give our people a little break, a little breather before we got started and dived into all of the mental health and grief topics that we was getting ready to embark upon. So yeah. How was the day, y'all? How was the day? Y'all don't hear me talking to y'all?
It was a, I mean, it
Oh, I'm
wasn't
like, y'all quiet as hell. Y'all scared for the
it
conversation
wasn't
or
bad.
what?
It wasn't bad. You know what? I'm not gonna even lie. I took a mental day today.
Okay.
I took a mental day today. Yeah, I took a mental day today. I did. I took a mental day today because they had drained. They had sucked it out of me yesterday and all of last week. Today I took a day. Because I felt myself. I took a day today. I did. I needed it. Sometimes you gotta pull yourself away. And I pulled myself away today. Pull myself away from it today.
And we ain't mad at that. I am not mad at that mad at you for that.
Sometimes you gotta take a mental day.
Absolutely. That's why we talking about mental health today. Because sometimes you
Yep.
need them days.
Today I took one.
What is a mental day?
Oh man, I think everyone needs one. Everybody needs one.
It should be law. Should put that in there with the PTO.
Yeah.
It really should be. It should be where at least once or twice a month, everybody should be able to take a paid day off to get themselves together mentally.
Yep.
It should be a law. Should be a law.
It absolutely should. I'm grateful for some of the jobs that do offer mental health days and things like that, though. Because they don't have to, but I'm grateful that it's some places that do.
But there's some people that be running with that thing too, man.
Yeah, that's why everybody don't have them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's why everybody don't have them.
If you're already lazy and then
Hey,
you want a
auntie.
mental health day, it doesn't help.
Yeah.
You lazy with a mental health day. That doesn't help.
But for those who really do go in and do the work and do what they supposed to do, sometimes you just need to pull back. And because of what I do, and I'm responsible for 19 other personalities and 19 other adults.
Man, that's
a
lot.
It's a lot. It's a lot to deal with. So you gotta, and it's not really just 19. I'm a team lead for a team, but then I also deal with everybody within the company as well too. I talk to every other agent as well, but I got 19 that I'm over, that I'm responsible for. So
Jesus,
it becomes to be a lot. And some days you just got to be like, "Woo, okay."
Yeah, that's a lot of people.
Do you curse? Curse them all out? If you you should.
I don't because I'm not. I mean, don't get it twisted. Some days they tend to seem to think that it's a harsh thing that I do, but I'm straightforward and to the point. I don't want to sugarcoat, but if you're an adult, I feel like I don't have to keep saying the same thing over. And why do I have to keep saying stuff repetitively to you? You're an adult. Why do I have to keep saying the same thing over and over to you? I have a 32-year-old daughter. I've never talked to her that much. Why am I talking to you like that? I don't. Listen, I shouldn't have to. And you got this job. You knew what you had to do. You knew what this was about. So why is it that you don't want to do the job? And on some instances, I have to step up and do it too. But then it wears thin, and it's like, oh my God. But then on top of that, in the job, want to keep piling and piling and piling and piling and piling and piling and piling. You want me to do all this stuff and do that and make? Come on. At what point, dude? Look, I'm not a robot. I'm a human being too. I'm human. So at some point, y'all gotta pull back a little bit too.
Just something to prepare the others. Just something to prepare the others. Prepare the others. PTO.
Right. Prepare the others. I'll tell you in a minute. Prepare the others because I'm not gonna be here. Prepare them. Prepare the others because I'm not gonna be here. I'm not. And I was at the point where I was starting to feel guilty because I'm gonna take a day off and they're not gonna be all right. Well, this morning I said, I don't care what they do. I'm not gonna be able to click the button. Nope. I'm not clicking the button today. Y'all figure it out. Figure it out.
Well, I'm glad you took a mental health day today, cause shit. if they doing all of that, then I ain't mad at you for taking that mental health day. I probably need one because I don't even remember if I did the full intro like I was supposed to. Excuse me, y'all, but welcome to another episode of the Phat Girl Chronicles. I'm Leo Rochelle. We got your boy Pablo. Right up under Pablo, we got Miss Anisha. And we got the boy, Haitian boy Moses, up in this thing with us too. And hey to our people over there on Instagram, and thank you to our peoples over there at SMG for
What up,
allowing
man?
us to stream this on their platform as well. Hey, and then we got Auntie Ayla. She up in this thing too.
Hey, yo.
She up in this thing too. Not with that profile picture.
Hey, yo.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
everybody.
Uh,
Hey, y'all.
Don't
supposed to be good
no.
today. I'm leave that one alone.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Hey.
I'm like, okay.
Came in with the hood.
But all right, hey girl.
You winning.
Hey girl.
Nick's
I
up
don't
at
know.
halftime,
Okay, I
y'all.
forgot like that.
For those who care, Nick's up in the half.
For those that care. All right. So
We up by 6.
okay.
Care a
So
little bit.
tonight, as we have stated, we are having conversations about mental health and the Black community. And y'all know we have had conversations about mental health before. We've had those conversations on a consistent basis about mental health in different aspects and in different ways. We talked about love languages. We talked about all of those different things. But one of the things I wanted to talk about first and foremost before we dive like fully into talking about mental health is therapy. We all talked about we go to therapy. Anisha, you said you go to therapy too, right?
Yeah, I go to therapy.
Oh, okay, yeah. So all of us
Mhm.
have some form of therapy in our lives. But my question to y'all is like, what was the driving force to make you go to therapy?
So that's a little.
Oh, don't.
What
Oh,
made me go to therapy?
yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
What was your final
oh,
like? You know what? I need some therapy. Anybody?
At first,
I
I was
feel
struggling.
myself needing to have a conversation about me because I discovered it wasn't always about everybody else. It was me. I finally discovered it was me. I finally discovered it was some stuff I needed to fix with me. It was some trauma that I had went through that I needed to fix about me. It was somebody the final force was it this somebody that I was dating uh he went to Memphis and a white man killed him because the music in
Mm,
the car was too loud. That kind of pushed me over the edge. And I
mm,
needed to go talk about all the stuff that had happened prior to that. And it
mm,
was some stuff I had to one day I decided to look in the mirror and ask myself who I was. And I didn't know.
ooh,
Mm-hmm.
And I needed to go heal some stuff about me, about stuff that had happened previously, and stop blaming other stuff on other people because I was bleeding on other people. And I had to
mm.
go start the healing process for myself. Stop bleeding out on other people because it kept being a repetitive thing. And I found myself being really mean to people. And that's not who I am. So I needed to go sit down and talk about and start healing from the little girl up.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to go have a conversation about me and tell the truth that I was messed up. Lack of a better words, I was fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
And I was lying about it. And I was blaming it on other people. And that's where some of us really mess up at. And unfortunately, we grew up where what happened in this house stay in this house.
House, yep.
We don't talk
Mhm.
about it and we don't say nothing about it and stuff transpired and it was never talked about and He just kept moving and kept moving and kept moving and kept moving and kept moving. And I needed to go talk about it. I had to go sit down and talk to a neutral person and do some heavy work on myself that I'm still doing, because it's not just the healing process is not something that just stops one day. You do it a couple times and it's over. No, it's something that happens every day, because there's some stuff that triggers it, but I know how to deal with it. But I had to look in myself in the mirror and say, "Who are you?" And I did not know, and I couldn't keep bleeding out on other people. And I had to go have a conversation and discuss it. Still discussing it. And some of it I had bled out on my daughter. And I had to go back and apologize to a whole lot of people. Because I caused some trauma to some people that I took some stuff out on some people that had never done anything to me. But I was not dealing with the trauma in the proper way. So I had to go deal with it.
Hurt people hurt
That's
people.
good.
Ooh,
Absolutely.
that's a true
Hurt
statement.
people hurt people.
Hurt people
Yep.
hurt people. And we
And
don't want to have
I
a real
wish a
conversation.
lot more people would. Yep, I was just about to say, I wish a lot more people would have that conversation or come to that understanding that hurt people do
Hurt people.
actually hurt people, regardless of your intent. Sometimes you may have all the intent to do what's right or to do what's good, but if you are in survival mode or if you are broken, you are bleeding, you can't not bleed on somebody else. You can't not bleed on somebody else because you're bleeding. And a lot of us are bleeding profusely, like gushing type bleeding, and we don't recognize it until it's too late. And then now you out here, like Gina said, standing like Will in the living room. And then you got left. You are all you got left. You are standing there by your damn self and wondering what happened to everybody. So I know for me, one of the things that made me go to therapy was 2018. So my mom passed in 2015, and then after she passed, it was a lot that transpired after her passing, and then still trying to deal with all of those things that happened, but then also trying to figure out who I was without her, who I became. And then I started like drinking really badly and all that kind of stuff. And then not only was I drinking really badly, then I started smoking weed. And that was never my thing. Like smoking was never my thing. And so I got to smoking heavy. And then this guy that I dated, like we would smoke all the time. And then every once in a while I would have an edible. And so this night I had a little piece of edible after we smoked and went to sleep, and I woke up and I couldn't breathe. And I was literally and my thoughts was all over the place and this and that or whatever. And I'm like, nigga, what was in that cookie? What was in there? I ended up at the hospital. And what I ended up having was a marijuana-induced mental breakdown. So whatever was in the cookie or whatever was in the weed was the just pushed me on over the edge, because I hadn't fully grieved. I hadn't fully dealt with all of the things that I was going through, all those kind of things. And so me doing all those vices to get by, to get through, to get over, to make sure like I'm still floating and keep pushing myself to keep going. That last little bit was what pushed me over the edge. And so I couldn't go no more. I couldn't do anything else. And so I ended up having the mental breakdown. And I ended up at the hospital at the psych department. They didn't admit me or nothing, but just talking to the people and them asking me like what's going on, blah blah blah, da da da. And I had been telling them, I told them, and they was like, "Oh well, you're grieving." And I'm like,
Mhm.
"No, it's been 3 years, da 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 da." And they was like, "But you've never grieved properly, so this is what grief looks like. This is what is making you, or this is what happens when you keep stacking and pushing and pushing and pushing. And instead of dealing with stuff, you keep pushing it down. Eventually, your laundry basket is going to overflow." And mine did. And so that's how I ended up like starting therapy, because I was grieving and I needed to deal with all of my things. In the
Mhm.
midst of all of that, like I was homeless and a bunch of other stuff that happened prior to that situation. And I felt like I had bounced back. I was in my own place by then. I had got a new car, I had did all these things, blah blah blah. But nah, that wasn't it. So like I said, I ended up, at the hospital, and they recommended therapy, and I started therapy. I started therapy with one person, and the one thing that came from that session was she said, "Oh, you got kids?" I'm like, "Nah." She like, "You got a boyfriend?" Nope. She like, "You need something or somebody. You got a pet?" I'm like, "Nope." She like, "You need something or somebody to take care of other than yourself." So I became a plant mama.
Mhm.
Cause pets and shit at that time just was not my thing, and it still ain't really been my thing. So I picked up plants, and I learned a whole lot about myself, about my mom and I's relationship based on becoming a plant mama. And I'll talk about that a little later. But who else wanna go?
I'll go.
Go
Um,
ahead, girl.
so the first time that I started therapy, it was forced. I was young and I was going through, I had issues. And my mom picked up on it. She knew stuff was going on, but she just didn't know to what extent. I went to therapy once when I don't know how, I know I was young. Only thing I remember about that therapy session is that the lady had snacks and that she was a white woman. And I knew for a fact I did not want to talk to a white woman. No offense to anyone that is in that field, but I just felt like whatever I was experiencing and going through, that this lady could not help me. And even in the midst of the conversation that we had, I'm like, you can't help me. Like, you can't help me. And that was the last session I had with her. Um, and so I bottled a lot of stuff up. I dealt with a lot of stuff on my own. And then I ended up getting into a very, very abusive relationship. And in the midst of that abusive relationship, I had anxiety attacks like crazy. I used to have like massive anxiety attacks. And I remember going into work one day and couldn't really function fully. Like the anxiety attack took over me. And it was like this spirit of, if I go home, somebody's going to die. It is going to be me, or it's going to be him, or it's going to be both of us. And that particular day, my company at that time that I was working with, they had this thing called comp psych, and so they give you like emergency therapists and stuff like that. So I gave them my preference, what I wanted, and it ended up being like this black man, this young black man that I met with that day, and he helped me a lot. He helped me to um figure out a lot of different things. And in the midst of that, I went to him, then I went to another guy who wanted to do psychotherapy, and that freaked me out, so I didn't do it. Um, and then I stopped therapy for a while, and then after or before um before my I left my ex, and then before my divorce happened, I went to therapy right before then, because I felt the anxiety that I had in my last relationship starting to build back up again, like the energy that I was feeling, the stress I was feeling, the depression and everything. Like I was depressed my entire marriage. And then um I met I went online and I just started looking, and I knew the preference of the type of therapist that I wanted, and somehow I stumbled. I was praying on it. Somehow I stumbled on this link, and I haven't been able to find it since then. I've been trying to give it to people and I can't find it, but I stumbled upon some link, and you just put in like the type of therapist you want, if you want a male or a female, what kind are you looking for. You put all these things, your area that you're in, if they're black, white, Asian, Puerto Rican, whatever, and they give you like a list. And I ended up finding my therapist that I've been with now, and she helped me through the whole process of before I decided to leave my marriage and all in the midst of it. And I talked to her again Thursday. I talk to her every week. Um, and it's been very helpful of why I was making some of the decisions that I was making because of childhood traumas, the abuses that I experienced, and I felt like I was supposed to be this, like I was supposed to experience that stuff. Like I was supposed to go through these traumas in order to feel some form of like love or attention or affection, because that was the only way that I can equate um being being loved or needed. Like I needed somebody to need me, but then also I needed to feel, it's like the drama made me know like, okay, you love me because you're acting this way, because you're doing this much. And it's like this thing of trying to get people to love me more. The more they push me away or hurt me, the more I try to get them to love me. And that was a part of the abuse that I had experienced for a very long time, and I pushed down and everything else. So now I am so happy that I did what I did, because the energy that I feel now, the pressures that I feel, I used to feel before, is not the same. I feel so much lighter. The energy that I have around me is so much lighter. The village that I have around me is so much lighter. But um, yeah, that was the reason why I started. That was my journey through therapy. But the main reason why I forced myself to do therapy, because I knew that the abuse that I was receiving and I was experiencing wasn't a form of love, and I needed to understand what it was about me that made me feel like this is what I deserved.
Hmm.
Well, all right.
Yeah.
Leo, you talking, but we can't see.
I just saw the thing pop up. I was about to say, so fellas, do y'all want to tell me now, or y'all want to like kind of take a little pause, then come back to it? Because the ladies went, and so I'm giving y'all an option.
So kind of you. So kind of you. Nah, I'll go.
All right, and then after y'all go, I got a surprise.
Okay. I felt the lights going out. I wasn't present. I wasn't here. I was giving up. It was during what was it? Yeah, quarantine. Right after my father passed, and I was feeling emotion for a man that I hardly seen, and it was a bunch of stuff. But very publicly, I speak about this all the time. 11 years ago, I tried to take myself out of here. Survivor. Salute to all the survivors out there. Took a gang of pills. You only need 35 to get out of there. This is the exact number for those who don't know.
Why would you share that? God damn.
It's in books.
It's you can
everywhere.
pull it
It's
up on
out there.
Reddit. Yeah, you can put it up
Yeah.
on Reddit. It's right there.
It's out there.
Exactly.
So he just telling his story.
That's it. I ain't interrupting
Yeah, you
nobody.
actually can pull it up anywhere.
Yeah, he telling his story.
Oh.
But yeah, and I told myself after I survived that I would never try that again. And 2020 came, and I felt the lights going out. And my boss, well, my supervisor, she saw it. She was like, you ain't yourself. You in meetings, like you're gone. Like literally, like I could see that you're not even here. Like to the point of we could have all left the room and you still have been sitting in there, and it would have been, you wouldn't have known anything. And yeah, I was super close to checking out of here again. And so between her and my sister Dottie, they went on a massive hunt to get me a therapist. And those who didn't know, during quarantine, they weren't taking new people. Nobody was taking new people.
There's a lot of people that wasn't taking new people.
Yeah, this I don't know you. Don't come in here with germs, none of that. So for real.
That's when a lot of people went virtual too.
I about to say
Yeah.
they ended up going virtual, but the demand was crazy.
It was so high. Shout out to Laura. She said, "Yeah, I'll take you." White lady. Didn't think I was gonna be there long because she's a white lady.
That's facts.
Right. But come to find out, she grew up in the city. She grew up in the same places that I was running around acting crazy in, so she can communicate to me. Yeah, I was in bad shape. I think like the first couple sessions, we didn't talk for real. It was just us staring at each other. She's like, "How do you feel today?" You know what I mean? Like it was one of those. It was like, but yeah, she got deep. I figured some stuff out. I'm smiling again. You know what I mean? And the next year, I met Leo Crazy Behind. She refuses.
Blessings every sense. Blessings every sense.
She refuses to let me get to that space again. So, but yeah,
I will cuss you out. Real thing.
Because I think right after I met Leo, I went back into that space, and yeah, Leo's ready to fight. Like she ain't. It wasn't how you doing. It was she was about to put her hands on me. So I had to talk to Laura about that. Like
this woman want to fight me, Laura.
So, you about to be on the whole topic.
Fight me if I go back in there. You got to go to your therapist and say she gonna fight me if I go back in that space. But look, hey, that's the best. That's the best thing to have, though. There's somebody that's gonna be in your corner. That's gonna fight with you. You know what I mean? But know that now you got two of us. I see you slipping. Hey, we going toe to toe. You're not going back in that space.
I will pull up.
Right. Real space. Like we'll get on planes and come knock on your door. Like, hey, bro,
Leo would drive. I'm about to say Leo would drive.
You about to get up.
I will drive. Okay.
Like we drive, get on planes, trains, automobiles. Like it's the best thing in the world to have real people that do, for lack of a better words, that do real shit. That's gonna fight with you. That's gonna when you're back up against the wall, we gonna stand against the wall with you and we gonna fight with you. You're not gonna fight by yourself. Because that dark space is not a place that you want to be by yourself. It's hard to come out by yourself. And when you ain't got the right people around you that's gonna fight with you, you look. I'm like, I heard one of the rappers say, "Hey, bring me into that space with you. Bring me in that space with you, so I can help you fight out of that space. Bring me into the space with you. Don't go in that space by yourself. Yeah, don't go in that space by yourself because it's a hard space to come out of by yourself. It's a hard space.
Yeah,
and I keep telling them, I'm lightweight psychic. I know when shit be going on. Even when y'all be trying to tell me it ain't, I'm good, it's cool. No, it ain't. Because there's something Shando that's telling me it ain't.
I'm in that age range. My friends we'll just let him figure it out. He'll come out of it eventually. That's the age range of my friends that we are in. I'm still don't go to therapy.
I'm not that friend that's gonna let you come out of it by yourself. Because when I asked you, it's because it's the discernment in me. And that's just who I am. I can see it and tell by your demeanor. You can walk in the room and don't say a word to me. And here's what I'm gonna say. So what's going on with you?
Thank you, Anisha.
Yeah.
And you're gonna be like, what? You're gonna be like, what? I'm like, so what's going on with you? You want to talk about it standing right here, or you want to go out here and talk about it? Because I don't want to put your business in the street. I'm not one that's gonna share your business and tell you. And you want to do it right here, you want to do it, me and you gonna go do it somewhere else. Because I see it in your face. I see past. I'm a person that can look you in your face. I see past
that damn
that.
smile. Yes.
I see past the smile. I see past all of that. And I can look you dead in your face and say, so what's going on with you?
It's
And
the
you can
energy.
stand in my face and say, I'm okay. And I'll be like, really? So I'm gonna ask you again, what's going on with you?
I'm good.
And that's when most people, that's where they know, and I'm doing it from a genuine place. I'm not doing it from I want to be in your business. I'm not doing it from when we have this conversation to go talk about you to somebody else. No, what you and I talk about is between you and I. And I'm going to help you find a way to get through it. And if I can't, I'm going to find somebody else who can. But I'm not going to leave you in it by yourself.
Yeah.
I'm not going to leave you in it by yourself. That's not, it's just not.
Like this thick, full of therapists. It's like you call each and every one of them. And if you want, we can sit there, we can call them together.
Right. I'm like, how many numbers you want? Well, we can dial all of the numbers. We can dial every last one of the numbers until we get you into a space that you want. If you don't want to talk to me, you don't have to talk to me, but you're going to talk to somebody.
Because sometimes it's just a matter of just getting that shit out.
Right. You just got, and the biggest thing for me is I tell a lot of people, and a lot of people think that it's a cliche thing, but I do it every day. Write it down. If y'all knew how therapeutic it is to just sit somewhere and write it, once pen hit the paper, it's the most.
That shit start to flow like water.
It's a release. When you get through, you're gonna be like, whoa. And you never have to share it with anybody. That's between you, that pen, and that paper. Right now, I'm in the midst of creating another series of journals, and the title of them is What I Never Said. You don't have to say it to nobody. Write it down. Write it down. It's a release for you. And you ain't got to share that with nobody. Nobody. It's for you. It's for you.
Did you want to share or you want to wait?
I'll share.
Okay, wait.
Okay, see, why you act?
Now go.
No.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna wait.
Go ahead.
No, I'm
because
gonna wait.
I'm excited. No, because I'm excited.
I'm going to
I'm excited. I'm excited. That's all. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'll wait. Go ahead.
No, go.
Oh, whoa. Who are you?
Oh, she said go, Moses.
I said go.
She said go.
I'm excited.
Big facts, mouth. Big facts.
What was the question?
Why did you start therapy?
I'm about to say, don't nobody answer that because he know exactly.
Moses, stop it.
Right, come on.
I started therapy originally to save my marriage, and one thing led to another, and everything just kind of unboxed itself. So,
tend to do that.
Let me see. So, save the marriage, then it unboxed itself to dealing with traumas. So, I think Pablo, me and you in the same boat. So, my dad died in 2019. My sperm donor died in 2019, and I never met him. I had 2 phone calls. He called me twice on my 18th birthday and on my wedding day. That was it. And he died. When he died, I didn't think it was going to affect me. And I think the day of the funeral, I just lost it. So that was another reason. So I had to get the funny thing, I had to get a therapist for everything, because I had a couple therapy, then I had my therapist for myself. Then I think like every time a therapist got close, I fired them. So yeah, I was going through a lot. So I'm on like my 8th therapist right now.
Not.
Oh, yeah. Every time they get
Funny,
close,
but it's not funny because that is. It's funny, but it's not funny because you can really tell, like, when people are dealing with traumas, like they be like, you know too much. And
yeah,
then you start
like
backing up,
I
like,
feel
you
like
know
the
too
moment
much.
you know a little too much, and you was like relating, and you was like, and you once I felt like once you started to know a little bit too much about me and got a little too close to me, you had to go.
Okay.
That's understandable, but at some point you're going to, once you're completely ready, you're going to just allow somebody to get
Um,
to that point with you. You will. And the only reason why I'm saying it is because I went through a few therapists, and there was one therapist that was digging too deep for me. Too
yeah, they
deep.
did too deep.
And I could
Too
I
not.
fast.
be asking mine, dig deeper. Let's go.
No, they be
Let's go to the ocean floor,
At
honey.
that
Let's
at
go.
that time I wasn't ready for it. At that time I wasn't ready for it. At that time I wasn't prepared for it. And at that time I didn't want to deal with it. But it took for me to kind of go through some more stuff, right? For me to finally be like, I have to deal with this. Because if I don't deal with this is going to kill me.
I mean,
It's going to do more harm for me than anything, because I'm not dealing with it, and it's going to disrupt the relationships that I have. It's going to disrupt, and it was disrupting relationships. It was causing me to constantly make horrible decisions in relationships and friendships and everything else like that. But as scary as that shit is, it's very healing. It's once you get to the revelation of it all, it's like it I promise you, it's like this release, it's this relief, and then it's this reassurance of, I can do this. Like because I battled that part, the shadow. This is that, what's they call it, that shadow
Shadow
therapy,
work.
the shadow work. It's the
Shadow work.
shadow work for
Shadow
me.
work.
I mean, for the
And
And
most
that's not a
part,
demonic thing for those of you all who might try to
it's
think
not
that.
a demonic.
But
Right. It's
It's
not
I
a
mean, for
basically
demonic
the
thing
dealing.
at all.
It's honestly dealing with the child in you that never healed from whatever, because that's
Yep.
typically where most of that stuff is from. It's a lot of childhood traumas and things that we don't realize is still sitting in us, because there's stuff that I remember as a kid that a lot of people wouldn't even never look. If I bring it up to somebody, they'll be like, how you remember that? And I'm 3 or 4 years
Mhm.
old, and I remember this situation to a T, because that situation has some type of effect on me.
mm-hmm.
Right.
One of these days you're gonna let that shit come
You
I
through.
go.
mean,
Well, you're going to eventually let you gonna eventually Moses. You're gonna have to let that wall down, because
He
right
Mhm.
will.
now you're not ready.
Moses
You're
is
not
a
ready
person.
for
You're
it,
not ready,
and I
yep,
It,
get
it,
it,
and
because
that's
it
we
okay.
has
all
time.
we all were in that space where we weren't ready for it, and you
Mhm.
get to the point and you stop, like, nope, I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to talk about that. But you're gonna get to a point where you're gonna be like, okay, it's time. Let's deal with it. Because, like I said, the healing part of this, it's not a 1, 2, 3 thing. It's an
Mhm.
everyday thing. It's
Every
an
day is a
And it's
journey.
not. It's not
everyday
a.
journey.
Not
It's
a
not like a one, two,
progression thing.
it's not like a 12-step program. It's not. It's not a 12-step program to this. It is not. It's going to be every single day. But
Not
you
even
are
that.
going to have to open up
You have regression.
yourself, and and I'm telling you, here's where it started. You gonna have to go stand yourself in the mirror and look at you and decide on when you are going to heal you. We can't make that decision for you. You have to make the decision on when you're going to heal you. And that's you are the only person that can make that decision. And we all got to the point when we didn't want to talk and we stopped going to therapy because it got to a point where we didn't want to have the conversation about it. And we stopped talking and we clammed up when we stopped. But then when we got to the point, we was like, okay, I got to get through this part because I want to see what's on the other side. And when you get on the other side, Moses, I promise you, it's not going to be as bad as you think it is. It's not going to be as bad as you think it is.
You just gotta get
But
through that
you
first
got to
part.
make the decision.
He's
Or when
just
you
a
get to
player,
that point,
guy.
like, hey, let's do it.
One day.
Let's do it. Let's
Yeah,
let,
it'll
let
be
me
one
keep
day.
it.
One day.
He's like a cake. That's all.
One day.
Yeah,
It's
that
it'll
layers.
happen. It's layers. It's you gotta peel. It's like you peeling off layers. It's layers that you gotta peel off. And it does.
Yeah,
And it
he's like an
starts
onion.
from childhood. It starts from childhood. It's
Like a little
it's
onion.
layers of, it's
He's like
layers
a
to
little
this.
onion.
You like
Yep, it's
like a
onions.
But
red
It's
onion.
an
I'm
onion.
ready.
It's layers.
I'm ready to reveal my surprise, y'all.
What's
Let's
the
go.
surprise?
Y'all
We
ready?
get a new car. If we don't got a new car, I want.
Y'all ready?
What?
Y'all ready?
Come on.
Okay.
Surprise, surprise. Surprise,
I like that. I like that right there. What's up? What's up, y'all?
Hey,
Pop,
Mel.
pop.
What's
We
going on?
missed
What's
you.
going on? Hey, what better time for me to come back than mental health, huh? How about that?
Listen.
the craziest MF in the world coming back on mental health. How about that?
Appreciate it.
Listen.
He's an onion like off Shrek. Girl, shut up. He's
Like
an
donkey.
onion.
That's what Shrek said. Shrek and Donkey
Yo,
said that. Hi, Pop Pop.
Hey, what's up? What's up? Y'all been listening to these stories, man. We getting deep tonight, man. We getting deep,
Apparently.
intimate.
Pop.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
man.
get my hoodie yet.
At least they evened up the numbers. Though they even, the numbers are even now.
How about that?
Hey,
Numbers are even there.
I ain't care about none of that. I ain't get my hoodie yet, Mo. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, he gonna still be on you about this hoodie forever.
Man, 80 degrees out here, and I still want my hoodie. Yeah, we about to get back working on that, man. But I'm glad to see everybody, man. I'm glad to see anybody at this point in life. I guess since we talking about it, I guess I might well just jump on into my story. Y'all know I've been gone for a while. Huh?
Pop
Yeah. What's up?
Bruh, I am literally I am so fucking happy to see your goddamn face. I am so happy to see your fucking face.
It's good to be
you have
grown man
no
sexy beard now,
idea.
man.
You have no idea.
I'm trying to catch up. You got the grown man sexy beard going now.
Absolutely no idea how happy I am to see your face. Okay, go ahead and tell your story. I'm gonna cry a little bit more later, but
Yeah. So y'all know I've been gone for a while, and it's kind of dealing with what we've been talking about tonight. I fell into a deep hole. Usually around November, December, my mother passed during the height of COVID. So usually November, December, I start missing my mother a little bit. I start falling into a little hole. But it seemed like this year was a little worse than the past 2 years. I think things slowed down around me a little bit, which allowed me more time to think well on those situations. And I fell into a deep hole. And what I've learned during this time is I was also physically sick and didn't know it. So I had stuff going on in my body that I really didn't know about that was causing me to be tired, to be sluggish, to fuck with my brain a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So I feel super depressed. I'm like Pablo. I felt like I didn't want to be here no more. But the only thing that kept me here was because my grandmother passed in the past 3 years. That I couldn't leave my grandma. I didn't want to do that to her. So,
But what I did was I fell into this deep hole where I caused physical anguish to myself. And if it wasn't for a good friend making me go to the hospital, I probably would have laid in my apartment and just died. I probably would have so I had an infection in my body, and I would have allowed the infection to take over my body and just kill me, because I would have just laid up in the bed and just let it fester and fester and fester. But thank God for that. And during this process, I learned a lot. Like a lot of people say therapy and all that stuff. I believe all that's great and fine. But in my journey, I relied on God, and God came to me during my journey. I'm sitting, I swear to y'all, I grew up in the church. I'm very spiritual, but I'm not like one of those people that's going to go to church every Sunday and do all that. But I do believe I speak with God. Me and God have a relationship. You know, I am who I am. He loves me for who I am. 3 o'clock in the morning, I wake up in my bed in the hospital. And I'm like, Lord, why did I do this to myself? Why did I put this pain on myself? Why did I cause this trauma to myself? And he said, it's all right. He said, you had to do this because you wasn't listening to me. He said, you weren't listening to me in your journey and your path that I have set forth for you. And he said, the pain you feeling, and let me go back a little bit. So me, I was raised by all women. I had my auntie, my grandmother on my mother's side, my mother and my great grandmother. So out of these 5 women, one of them are left. Now, out of the 4 that passed, I only had a chance to say goodbye to one of them. So that was deep down in my spirit that was eating away at me. And God spoke to me and said, son, it's okay. They know you love them. They're proud of you. They want you to live your life and do what you need to do for you. And when I sat in that bed and I wept and all those tears came out and that spirit was just lifted off my back, it just gave me a total new outlook on life. Like my doctors and everybody's surprised at me. So let me be very transparent. With the infection, the pain that I caused to myself, everybody get ready. It's going to shock you a little bit. I lost part of my leg. So during this process, I lost part of my leg, which a lot of it was self-inflicted due to the depression, because I didn't carry my ass to the hospital. And I allowed shit to fester and fester and fester. But with the strength of God, like everybody's amazed at how well I'm doing. Like I'm home now, I'm moving around by myself. By the end of the month, I have my prosthetic. They're going to give me the most high-tech prosthetic they got, because they was like, you're so strong, the way you move around, your spirit, the way you act, you know, everything is great. So I don't want nobody to feel sad for me. I want everybody to understand that in my testimony, I want to be able to help somebody that's going through the same thing. And I'm so glad that we do the mental health month and the mental health conversations, because the shit is so real. Like it's very, very, very real. And my grandmother used to always say to me, son, stop saying you all right. Stop always saying you all right. And during this journey, I've also learned about humility and being able to trust people. And God said, you got to trust people, but you also still have to have that discernment to understand who's for you, who's not for you. Because I was very sheltered. You know, people see me, I be kind of outgoing. Like I always tell Leo, I'm the mouth, but when I'm away from the screen, I'm Dale. And Dale is very quiet. Dale is very reserved. Dale don't really talk to a lot of people. Dale is very, very, very quiet. Dale don't trust too many people. And in that depression, I felt like I was in a space where I was alone. I felt like I was devalued. Like I didn't trust nobody. I felt like I didn't have anybody. I felt like I was super alone. I felt devalued in a couple of ways, and those things just kind of festered in me. And but now I'm at a point now where the growth is amazing. I'm happy to be where I'm at now. You know, I thank God for the learning experience, that I'm still here and I'm still able to function and move and breathe and wake up every morning and live life. And I just want to tell somebody, if you're going through something, it's gonna be all right. You just got to figure it out and trust somebody. You got to trust somebody in your life, because everybody is not bad in your life. Somebody in your life really, really loves you. And that's what I'm learning now during my process, that there are people that really are in my life that truly fuck with me, like really fuck with me. Like you never know until stuff like this happens and you can actually see that people really fuck with you, or you really got to trust people and allow them to be them and allow them to help you. It's okay to say I need help sometimes. So, that's pretty much my overall testimony. I mean, if y'all got any questions, anything, man, please hit me up anytime, and I'm an open book. But I'm back.
Not Reverend Mouth.
I'm just happy to see you back. I'm happy to see you back.
No, you gotta hit the ladies.
You gotta give us one of them.
You gotta hit the ladies.
Yeah.
No, and don't get it twisted now.
I know you
still for the ladies. I might be one half short, but we still,
Yeah, man.
The right leg still work.
I love it. I love what you just said. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead, baby. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I love what you said about you didn't necessarily have like therapy per se, but you went to God. In most of my experiences, the first thing I had to do was go to God first, and in the midst of that, I end up going to therapy as well. But despite all of that, I always go to God. And I recently had an experience with losing my grandmother in October. I mean, not October. I lost her in December. They told me in October that she didn't have that much time left. And my mom had to do everything on her own. And she keeps saying, she's like, I don't know how I did it. She's like, but God, no matter no matter all the stuff she had to do, my grandma got 4 kids. My mama did everything because by the grace of God, she was able to go through and do everything with my help and a few other people help. But I saw firsthand how just leaning into God and trusting Him in the midst of like the most devastating time of anybody's life, losing a mother, and how that would how having that faith and having that journey and having that relationship can just like really give you a sense of peace and understanding no matter what. And now it's like I see my grandmother and I lost my father. It'll be 3 years on Tuesday that I have lost my father, next Tuesday. And seeing that and going through that and witnessing all of that and just still being able to come out of it. I see them in everything and every day. And I speak to them every day and I'm always saying, hey, or how you doing, or I love you or something, because I can feel them in me. And having that relationship with God helps you through that as well. Because yes, therapy is amazing. It's great because it talks you through all of that personal shit. But when it comes to like really grieving and going through some things, man. So I applaud you for having that notion to listen to God and let Him guide you and move you through that. Because I would be fighting you if I had to come somewhere. I'd be like, why would you do this to me? So I'm happy. I'm so happy that you are here and that you are talking to us and you're giving us a testimony that a lot of people may be going through right now and need to hear that.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's why I say it's important for me to share it. And when people see me, it's gonna be important for me to share it because I know we all go through things. We all have shit that ain't right, shit. Like I always say, the generation behind me, I thank them for allowing those conversations to come to fruition where it's not like, oh, what happened in this house, stay in this house, we don't talk about it, don't go outside, talk about it nowhere. But now people are talking and having conversations and understanding that these things need to be discussed and need to be healed. And in hindsight, with all that being said, I will seek therapy as well to sit down and talk to somebody as well. I believe and I trust in God. He's brought me this far. He's continuing to take me. But I know at some point I will need to have other conversations with somebody that's a professional. And actually, I did have a couple of therapists come visit me while I was in the hospital. We just had like a basic conversation, and it was so freeing and uplifting that it's important to be able to just talk to somebody that you don't know, that you feel like, you know, is not gonna judge you or not have no ulterior motive and just can listen to what you say. So everybody needs to find somebody to talk to when you're going through shit. Because sometimes the storm get rough. And, you know, we saying we waiting on God, but sometimes say God is a black man. He might not be there when you want, but he gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? Thank God when he show up, but brother.
God is the butts on holidays. I'm trying to tell you, boy.
Ah,
You get there, but he gonna get you where you need to go.
gonna get you where you need to go.
Absolutely. So let me say, like,
Yes, indeed.
Mouse. First of all, he called me, and then when we got off the phone, I cried because I was like, oh, it felt good to hear your voice. We have been texting because I'm like, nigga, I need to know something because something ain't right. But I'm like, well, I'm just checking in. You know, I'm just peeking around that corner. I'm just peeking. And when he called me and was like, I'm coming on the show, I ugly cried. Cause y'all know on some real shit, I'm a crybaby. But one of the things that one of the reasons that I cried was because he eventually did tell me what was going on. So I knew what was going on and all of those kind of things. And so it was just constantly, you know, me being me. I'm just checking in. I'm like, if you need me, you know, let me know. It's nothing. And with Mouth, when I rebooted PGC, Mouth was one of the first people who was a part of it. He was one of the first people to say, we gonna ride this thing till the wheels fall off. And
I didn't know it was gonna be one of mine though.
Mouth.
Damn.
But like one of the things that I have always loved is his sense of humor, and like him not being on here felt off to me. I love everybody on all of the shows, but Mouth not being on here with me felt off to me. Not only just because he crazy as hell, but because we started it together and we kept saying no matter who come or go, we ride to the end. We finna do this shit together. We finna make it do what it do. We finna make it crack. And when he wasn't on here, I'm like, I could never put my finger on it. I could never figure out. Like something just don't feel.
It's missing.
Yeah, something was missing. And it wasn't that y'all didn't bring joy or liveliness to the show or nothing like that. It was literally because this was the nigga who told me from the very beginning, we ride. And so when he wasn't around like not even just having conversations and shit, it felt different. And then when he hopped on here, it was something different today, like something different. Everybody, all of y'all like, Mouth, because we know what he brings. You know what I'm saying? Everybody brings their own thing to the show. Everybody brings their own flavor, their own spice, their own stories, all of that. But me and Mouth have built something for 4+ years. You know what I'm saying? We've been building this together from during the pandemic. That's when it happened. Right after the pandemic, September of that year. Actually, we started in like June. September was the first debut. So it was a lot happening for the both of us in our lives. And the one thing that we said, we don't care who come or go. We gonna ride this thing till the wheels fall out. And so to see you on here today, I'm like, I feel like all kind of relief, like all kinds of relief, because like I tell all of y'all, I fucking love y'all for real in real life. I don't just say I love y'all as no cliche shit. I don't just say I love y'all because it sound good. No, I love y'all in real fucking life. Y'all become a part of me. Y'all become a part of my family. Like, so to see you out here, to see you in good spirits, to see you taking it all in stride and just trusting in God and knowing that He gonna bring you through, like that really, really, really makes my heart happy. Yeah. I don't even know what else to say, but it's good to see your face.
Not Michael
And I
and
love you.
Jermaine.
Like Michael and Jermaine. Just look over your shoulder, honey.
Not Michael and Jermaine.
I love you as
So I'm
well.
Marlon then.
Goddamn, next week will be the first New Music Moments back. Next week, the New Music Moments will be back.
Woohoo!
This has been
Yes.
so uplifting. I mean, you wouldn't believe how many people have hit me, inbox me, and be like, "Yo, my music ain't the fucking same no more. Where the fuck you at? Yo, where the New Music Moment at? Yo, my music ain't really the same." I'm like, "Yo, that shit is crazy." So we definitely gonna get back into the groove next week.
Yes,
Love it.
I can't wait.
I'm excited. I can't wait. Do we get music too, though? Do we get music on the After Dark too? We gonna get our whole little thing. We gonna get ours too.
Hey,
Our good night kiss.
let's get it together. Let's get it together.
Yes.
Let's get it together. Yeah. Hey, you know, I was going through some stuff and I seen the good night kisses, the stuff I was using for it, and I was like, yo, I gotta get back to it. Heavy. Yeah.
We gonna need
Everybody
it. We gonna
miss
need it.
you. You bring, and that's the one
For the
thing.
ladies,
If you bring something to the world, baby, you bring something to the world.
Yeah, my voice wasn't
And
deep enough. My voice wasn't deep enough. They need you back here, man.
Well, we definitely
Yeah,
did
true.
like. We definitely
them
did.
sugar.
Damn sugar.
We definitely need a man's man.
I ain't wore the hat since.
Whoa.
The hat
Damn,
back next
Alex,
week.
calm down. Whoa.
Hmm?
Stop. What the hell?
What did I say?
All
Bring
right,
the
baby.
hat back next week now. There you go. Damn sugar.
So,
Them sugar.
woo, okay. So now,
Dry your eyes. We love you too, girl. You know
girl,
it's love.
listen.
Leo
Listen,
really
we love
crying.
you.
Oh, she gonna cry some more. She just get started.
That's exactly what it seemed like.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what it
The
seemed
whole hour.
Yeah.
We still got the whole hour. So, I don't know. But, this is an example of what therapy could be like when you have the right person as your therapist. And this is a clip from our favorite trap therapist, none other than my sister, Dr. Nikki. Dr. Nikki. This is what therapy look like. Moses, this how you could be once you get to the point where you just gonna let your shit fly in therapy. This how it could go.
So sick, Papa got shot, Tate got shot, Desi got dropped, damn, Nate got popped, damn, Leaky got shot, what damn, Spaz face hot, okay, Corbin got kidnapped, they found his bones, he was right, what's Corbin? Meet you us the boss, they knocked his ass off, John at the fool till they walked his ass down, 5 in the ground, Curtis felt him round, Corbin got kidnapped, lost, got his ass found, okay,
I mean, Lord. That's me and Laura. She get in there.
Listen, me and my
Look.
therapist every Thursday.
Me and India be going through it. She be like, she be
Every
cracking up.
Thursday. Every Thursday. She get on there and be like, so what's new? And I'll be like, girl.
And then you unleash, honey. It be the unleash for me.
You wrecked. You wrecked.
Yeah, I give
Is
Laura
you
the
ready?
silent treatment. Giving you Leo like 5 minutes, 5-6 minutes. Then she be like, so how was your day? And I'm like, yep, here we go.
Like now I'm about to get in it.
I had a white
Yeah.
therapist. I had a white therapist. My thing is this: when they bring out the notebook, they start writing before you can. Then they want to be like, "So, what did you just write down? I didn't say nothing." Don't worry about it. I was.
Yeah, Laura stopped using notebook a long time ago. She like Jay-Z. She put it all up here and then she write it down and I leave.
So she gonna make a record about you,
Bruh. I don't want to be mad.
I the thing that be getting me is the homework. I be like, girl, don't nobody want to do this.
Nope.
I do it, but I be
I got
frustrated doing that damn
right now.
homework. I got homework too.
Go
I
talk to
gave
your mama and
myself
ask her why she
homework.
was late.
I gave
There's
myself
something
homework
there.
on accident. She was like, I said, "Oh, I should do this." That she said, "That's a good idea. That's gonna be your homework."
Yup.
Hey, my love.
Oh, Mama Ayla in the building. Hey, Mama Ayla, how you doing? You know what it is.
Yeah.
I don't know any more
So-
mouth here now, so I don't know. I might be in trouble.
You said you had a chance with mouth.
Yeah,
But now you don't know so much.
yeah,
Lord. Who she calling Beanie Man?
Damn sugar.
Lord
sugar.
today.
How funny as hell.
Oh, you were high like that one. That's crazy.
And she should have. Why not?
That's crazy.
Yeah, she said, "Hey, my Beanie Man." Okay.
Mm.
So
See, she ain't talk like that till mouth came back. That's crazy. Mama Ayla, I thought we was better than that. I thought we was better than that, Mama Ayla.
That's why I was like, who's she talking to? She got to be talking to the mouth because she ain't never said nothing to you before.
Right.
Ooh.
That's crazy.
You didn't have to say that again. You didn't have to say that again. Ava.
that is
No.
Definitely doesn't work without homework.
Pablo, I'm on your team right now because Ayla, she just going on.
I didn't even say nothing.
Ooh.
You are absolutely right, Mama. Therapy doesn't work without the homework.
I've been good for a whole hour, 13 minutes.
Let's keep the party going.
Who just did? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
What's
we
up?
talk about mental health in the Black community,
Mm-hmm.
and this is I found this video, and I thought it was really, really good at detailing how the Black community viewed therapy, because a lot of people are coming into their own and understanding that therapy is necessary, that it is not just a white people thing, and that a lot of these things are really true and actually happen to Black people. So I thought this was an amazing video, so we're gonna check it out.
Does anybody else family believe that mental illness or mental disorders is not a real thing? Like growing up, one of my cousins used to always say that she heard voices. And she would always tell my family members, and they'll always be like, oh, you just talking to yourself, or maybe you need to pray it away. Like she literally had to wait 21 years just to go to the doctor by herself. And come to find out she has schizophrenia. And even after the diagnosis, they still refuse to believe that it's real. They don't believe in schizophrenia. They think it's all in her head. They say it's her imaginary friends, like she's doing it to herself. I even have a baby cousin that has severe autism. My family refuses to believe that this child is autistic. They don't think autism is real. Don't get me started on depression. You better not even bring up depression because that is non-existent. That is you having a bad day.
There's no depression in the Black household.
And it's not.
That's the generational distinction.
Mm-hmm.
Put some Mercuricone on it.
Tussin, a little tussin.
Put a little tussin on it.
But that's one of the, like, that's just like people now saying that kids ain't got nothing to be worried about. Kids got a lot of shit to be worried about.
They got
honestly.
way more than we had.
You ain't got nothing to be worried about. You young. What you depressed for?
No, they ain't had auntie with that green house shoe. They ain't had auntie with that green house shoe. That still bothers me.
Greenhouse.
You get popped at a random moment. You don't know. It was on site back in those days. You can't be on site with these kids. They start calling people.
Man, shoot, they'll start trying to fight you back.
Parents don't
they'll
make
call
their
their
kids go
friends and
outside
jump on you.
Get their own switch now.
Mm-hmm. Braided
That's
up.
trauma.
Make
And you
a
better not
what?
get no little sweet.
A salve.
With
Jesus said,
baking
make a
soda.
salve with baking
Okay.
soda, Vaseline, and then put some thick
Thick
socks
socks
on.
on it. Yep.
Because that's what we used to talk
I still got
you know.
an image of my mama standing above me over the bed with a switch in her hand and a brown.
Mm-hmm.
Joy, she is over there on Instagram, and she said, "Facts, these kids are stressed out because they are.
They really are.
They stressed out because they lived through a pandemic and they ain't go to school for 2 years.
And they can't read. And they
They
can't write.
and they can't read, and can't nobody read, and can't nobody write, and can't nobody write in cursive. Don't nobody know how to tell time unless they looking at a
They
cell
confused. They
phone.
don't know what time
And
it
don't
is.
nobody know how to write a check, and don't nobody know how to write it. They don't know how to do the basic stuff that we learned in school. They don't know nothing about none of that. And the math is not 1 + 1; it's 62 steps to it. They
Yeah,
don't.
now
They
that
don't
shit
know
just
nothing about that. They don't know nothing about none of that. None of
Like,
that.
wait,
Also
no, they
stressed
don't know when to
because
clock out.
their parents are having to work 2, 3, 4 jobs in order to provide for them and be able to keep a
In
roof
order
over
to
their
survive.
head. So therefore, the kids are not having those family moments or family time like we used to have. Now they are taking care of themselves. I mean, we used to take care of ourselves, but it was a different time where you had to take care of yourself. But now these kids grew up with technology and they don't know how to do nothing outside of technology, like y'all said. But then
And they don't know how to spell a word because everybody write in the text format. Everybody they texting each other on a piece of paper when it's time to write. Don't nobody know how to do
talk pure English.
nothing.
Yeah,
Don't
straight
nobody
English,
know how to sound out a word, because nowadays when you go to school, and this is something that baffles me, and they tried to do it when my daughter was in school. Just take this home and memorize. Memorize what if you don't know how to pronounce it?
You don't know how to read.
What happened to the alphabet that was above the chalkboard where you had to sound it out? If they don't know how to say it, what am I telling her to memorize? What?
They stopped.
That's not. That's not. I'm not doing that.
Y'all remember the book? It used to be a tablet you had to get when you was like in first grade, where they had the cursive letters on there, and you had to trace them when you
had to trace.
They don't. And it's the hardest book in the world to find right now. I have found a Black author that does it, but it's the hardest book in the world to find right now because they don't teach these kids how to write in cursive. They don't think that they should learn how to. You can't even sign your name. How you gonna write? You went to the NBA. You got a check, but you can't sign the check to put it in the bank.
Yeah. When I was a kid, I used to think I was gonna be famous, so I used to practice just signing my name. Like I had fans.
Hello, you can't do it because they don't know how to do it.
Right.
And they every other week they got 32 days. Every other week they got 32 days out of school. Why do y'all have so many days out of school? Did y'all make these days up?
Them tablets, you can find them at Dollar Tree.
Oh
What?
yeah,
you can find some. Yeah, if you get luck up on them on Dollar Tree, I buy them for my little cousins so they can know how to do it. But this bothers me that these kids don't know how to write in cursive. It bothers me, and they don't know how to tell time from a clock.
Yeah,
they don't know how to tell time from a clock. If they're not looking at a digital nothing, they don't know how to tell time. They don't know how to tell time when the big hand on the 12 and the little hand on the 3.
I mean, some of us don't know how to tell time either.
It got to be digital.
That's crazy. Lord have mercy.
I be having to count 5, 10, 15.
No.
Because you can tell them, it's a 7:45. They don't know what you talk about.
They don't know what you talking about when you say it's a 7:45.
That's definitely true.
You just cuss them out right there. Talking about 7:45.
7:45. They don't know nothing about it. And get excited when you tell them about a rotary phone. What's that?
Mm-hmm.
What?
You want a quarter?
Oh, that's right.
Well, rotary
a
phone.
rotary phone or a landline phone. They don't know nothing about none of that.
So.
But don't be them old people, y'all. Don't act like we were surprised at some of the shit that our parents used to tell us about too.
And
Like, let's
was.
not be them old people where we act like all of the shit that we like back
Yeah.
in my day.
Only
'Cause
thing
I
I'm
was
mad
definitely
about,
Changes, and we
confused
do
about some
know
shit
that.
when
We
I was
do know
younger.
that shit changes. But
And do.
also, like, kind of like bringing it back around. Like, a lot of these kids are depressed because their parents depressed and in survival mode and don't know that they depressed and in survival mode and don't know that they don't know that they need help in order to be able to maintain all of this stuff that they think they actually need to maintain when it's stuff that they really don't need. A lot of these people don't need half the shit that they working so fucking hard to get. You don't even need half that shit. But they're trying to keep up.
not a phone book. Oh Lord.
Yeah.
Can't
Listen,
remember
you get back to
So
doing
you gotta
that
keep
shit,
up.
though.
You gotta keep up with the
Back to doing
Joneses.
Got to.
All I'm saying,
You
get
gotta
back
keep
to
up with the Joneses and them down the street and everybody and what
Crack came
everybody
along,
else did.
Crack came along, then a generation came, and we became a little more successful than our parents, so we gave our kids fucking everything, and now they
everything.
spoiled and they want to do shit.
Yeah.
and,
They
you know,
stopped beating on them and everything.
It's such a cycle, you know.
Yeah.
You better not put your hands on nobody's kids because that's their kids,
Right.
not your kids.
Yeah.
These
Right,
kids, I
community
think they
was
put their hands on
lost, all that.
I'm
We used to
holding
There
Got
is
their
no
all
hands.
more
that,
villages.
it all got lost
There are
because
no
we
villages.
like you said, we had a little bit more than our parents had, so we gave our kids, we just gave it to them, and we teach them the value of anything. So now it's just and the sense of entitlement. My Lord,
Yes.
the sense of entitlement,
Yes.
The village jumped
the
me before.
sense of entitlement that we owe. You owe me.
Village jumped
Technically,
me. Then told my mama.
It's the entitlement of you're supposed to do this for me.
yes, you supposed to. First, I'm not supposed. Look, legally,
All I gotta
this
do
is
is
what I'm
feed you and give
supposed
you
to
a
do
roof over your head.
legally. Legally, I'm supposed to feed you, clothe you. That's it. The
Make sure you got
extra
food in
stuff,
your bed.
I'm not supposed to do none of that. It's just extra. But the sense of entitlement that you're supposed to do this for me. No,
Yeah.
we're not
Because it's all
supposed to.
feelings and they don't know what they feeling. And no one's
No.
there to tell them what they
Kids
feeling.
ain't got play clothes
They don't know
no
how
more.
to express themselves.
Because
Mm.
if you ask them what's wrong, they're like, I feel like this is not right. They don't know why it's not right. They just say, I feel like this is not right. Like,
Because they don't understand the feeling that they're feeling in that moment. They don't know what that is. They don't know if they feel excited, if they feel sad, if they feel confused. They don't know what it is. They just I feel. Okay. I feel like you need. No, I was playing, but
And it's a lot of because it's like it's the technology, it's the TV, it's what they listen to, it's what they watch, it's what they, and it's a lot of what you go in your ear gates, and like a lot of what my daddy used to call it, it's the idiot tool.
Yeah.
It's the idiot tool. It's the idiot tool. It turns you into, for lack of a better words, it turns you into an idiot. It does. It turns
but
you
what
into
ends
an
up
idiot.
happening is they don't know how to respond to stuff because they're so busy looking at how people respond to certain, like I'm not really big on them the housewives shows or whatever. I have friends that watch it. And I don't, they do their thing. Every now and again, when my best friend is watching it, I'll watch it with her sometimes. And I get completely agitated because I'm looking
And there she
they see. They think this is how you watch TV. This is what they made it.
Don't you talk about Viacom like that.
Apparently.
That's exactly
Let me
what
go
just
ahead and shut
happened.
my mouth.
CBS just came in here like, yo, what you doing? I did.
Look, they ain't want you to talk about their show. They just stopped you and paused you in the middle of what you was talking about.
It's all right. I got nothing else to
No,
say
but I
about
get what
it.
you're saying. Yep. That reality TV is something else.
Yeah.
Big Brother is watching and he was like,
Nope. Not today.
We're making too much money. We're making too much money on them. We're making too much money on them dumb bitches.
Not too much money on the. Okay. Well, I tell you what, if my
I'm
little
not
voice
gonna lie
makes that
though.
much impact,
I'm not gonna lie though. How did reality TV? I've never seen so much people spend so much money. Like that's their reality. A bunch of D-list celebrities spending so much money.
yeah,
I don't even want to call them people celebrities, but Joy
That's
on Instagram said even before then, social media they never um got to get away from the criticism. And she also teaches her kids
yeah.
military time too. That's good because
Oh,
kids
that's
don't know
so
shit
good.
about
Yeah, because
military
they don't
time or
know
none of that.
military time.
That's so
Yeah,
good.
Yeah,
My dad taught me military
that's
time.
really
That's so
good.
good.
yeah.
Every
Um,
clock in my house except for my microwave.
What's military time?
That's that's
12,
another
13,
thing.
14,
What they call
15.
it, the bullying and stuff now.
Yeah, that bullying
Cyberbullying.
is real serious now.
But I never
Because it
understood it.
That was
because it
that
no
was but
because they
that
wait,
was our life. If you ain't know how to
right,
Joan, goddamn you.
because
I
they
never
can't
understood that though.
they're attached to the thing that's hurting them. So
Right.
they're in the internet is what's hurting them, but they can't be left out of what's going on. So they're going to keep catching it over and over and over again. Instead of because us, we be like, oh, I'm gone. You ain't gotta worry about me.
but it's a lot of adults though who cannot escape it. Like a lot of adults cannot escape either bullying on social media or being bullied on social media, even though all they like a lot of times they have to disconnect. Like they legit get bullied often. And then we do
Hmm.
have to understand that people now just say shit for the sake of saying shit on social media.
Right.
Like
Just
You
because they can
realize
do it
that
right
people
and
don't
better
have
Yeah.
comprehension
but it's
skills.
easy.
People don't have comprehension skills. People don't have reading skills because some of the comment sections piss me off more than anything else
Absolutely.
because everybody is a super parent. Everybody is like super people, you know what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
then
And know
it's like know
everybody got their own
everything.
opinion.
They got all the money, they got
Everybody got
all
their
the
own
things, and
opinion.
it's just like, what? I'd rather watch people who do have OnlyFans than to read some of the fucking comments on social media because it's like, come on, y'all, let's be fucking for real. Let's be fucking for real. It's a lot of people who know like a lot of the things that be clips and or voiceovers and stuff like that, or like the TikTok videos where you use somebody else's sound and then they have these whole dissertations and arguments in the comments. It's like, the fuck y'all doing all of this for? This is dumb.
That is my absolute
But
pleasure. Leo, don't do that.
that's the space we've gotten to.
That's
Everybody
my
wants to go
That's the
absolute
space
viral.
we've gotten to.
reading those comments. Reading
No,
those comments
everybody
is my
wants to go
pleasure.
viral. It don't matter what you go viral for. We just gotta
They'll go
go
back
viral.
and forth
You just
about
want to go
10,
viral.
15 minutes, and then one person like,
Man.
God bless you, have a blessed day. And I'm like, oh, you gave in. You conceded.
I be like, don't bring
Uh,
God into this.
so I do have
I
another
told this nigga
video
one time, I'm gonna say
about.
something one time, and after that, we gonna pull up on each other. I ain't gonna keep
That's
typing.
all it had to
Thank
be.
you. Thank
But
you.
that's what it
Going back
used to
and forth
be.
for.
What's up with the pull
But
up
see,
game?
that's but see, Mouth,
I can't
that's what it used
I
to
can't
be.
spell
It didn't used to be all
that
that,
good.
right? It didn't used to be all that back and forth. It used to be like, look, if we gonna fight and get this over with in 10 minutes later, like we finna go get some potato chips and stuff. You coming? Because we not gonna do all this back and forth in this conversation. I'm not gonna do all this with you. This like
Word.
stop.
That's it.
Listen, I know. I grew up
I
in
know
Brooklyn.
in a minute they ain't nobody gonna be able to read what I say because I can't spell good. So
Right, because at that point now you mad because everything gonna be spelled all wrong. It's not gonna even make sense.
one time.
Like I'm not sure what you're about. Like they're gonna be like, what did you say? Look, it don't make a difference what I said.
They can't tell time.
Just
That's why they don't pull up. They don't know when to pull up.
Look, you had one time in Brooklyn growing up to say something about somebody. Next thing you know, you're gonna get caught. You're gonna get what, the skating ring, the Grand Army Plaza Library. One of them, you're gonna get caught.
Somewhere to get caught.
Library.
But
Yeah.
Hey, sometimes you
Like,
gotta do what you gotta do. Get it
You
in
gotta
where you
do
gotta
what you
get
gotta
in
do.
at.
sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
Listen, you get caught up
Be at
at
your
the
house at
library.
2:45.
And the funny thing about it,
I wasn't talking about the fact that you said that you meet up at the library. I was talking about the fact that you said library.
Yeah.
Okay, my
But
bad. My bad. Oh, my bad. My apologies, grammar police.
See, that's what's wrong with these kids
absolutely,
now. See how you
because
just got
that
them
shit
saying
hit
that you
the ear
said that?
hard.
See?
That shit hit the
Kids
ear
see that.
all hard. My eye twitched. But we got another video about
Your eye
someone
twitch though.
describing how therapy feels to him. This is the young man from All American. This is
Okay.
I cannot remember. Probably you probably know the name of this podcast. When I showed the video, but I have seen so many clips from here, but I haven't actually. I don't know the name of it to actually look it up. The name of the podcast, but they have conversations as black men that are celebrities, and they talk about different topics and things like that. So I'm gonna play the clip.
What, the
Oh, that's
pivot?
the yeah.
The pivot?
Now the pivot is with the guys with the sports, right? That play sports.
There's a couple
Nah,
of
I'm
ones
sure
with the
it's
Leo,
sports.
Leo, don't listen to him. He's not a connoisseur like myself. Okay, let me see who it
Oh
is.
my God, Jesus Christ.
Ooh.
Without therapy, it's almost like you're doing a boxing fight, but there's no break between rounds. And so therapy to me is like, it's like somebody rings the bell, you sit down for a second, and there's a coach that's been watching from the outside, and like, this is what you're doing wrong, this is what you're doing right, you're missing that, you're missing that, you're missing that, all right, go back in. That's kind of my best way of description of like therapy.
I feel like we as black men have just gone through so much that we've had to put up these barriers and these walls to protect our mental state to be able to reach these mountains that we've been able to climb.
Yeah. You know, that's a recurring thing in our experience as black men, is like having these experiences where we feel like our feelings are invalidated. But like, you know, really we need to take more time to identify what it is that we're going through. We need to take more time to like, you know, process those emotions and, you know, to properly deal with them, because what's going to happen is you're going to be going to set one day and you're going to be crying on the stairs because you never took that time to really process what those emotions was that you're going through, what it is that you're feeling.
I talk all that shit. I don't even know the show. That's crazy.
Oh, Pablo!
I guess you're
but
not
I've
the
seen that
connoisseur,
show
huh?
before. Kevin on Stage and all the before. Yeah, I've seen that before.
That was the dude from All American. Then it was the dude from the Blackish. Then it was the dude talk from the Power series, Raising Cane's.
Joey Badass.
The rapper.
Yeah,
Wait a
then
minute.
the dude.
Time out. When did the dude from All American have a British accent?
He always had a
Because he
British
do.
accent.
He always
He's
had
always
one.
had one.
That's
That's
an
what
American
Always
accent.
had one.
He's
That
not
caught me.
from America.
That caught me so
It's
off
a lot
guard.
of-
Bro,
It's a
the
lot
fire
of-
chief
a
on
lot of-
Chicago Fire has a British accent.
Don't please don't tell me that. Chief Bowden's
Yeah,
He has a
he's
British
from
accent.
Britain. He's from Britain too.
you lying. I call him the
He
fake
is.
Idris Elba anyway.
Oh, hey, Chief Bowden.
I call him a fake Idris Elba anyway. He's a fake Idris Elba.
Yo, did you watch BMF?
Mm-hmm.
No.
The last season, the crazy dude, the one that was
Oh, yeah.
The one that
he
was-
got
yeah,
a
he's
British
British.
accent. He's from Britain.
He's from
Yeah.
Britain.
Yeah, he's British.
It's a lot of the actors that's out here now are from
They're
Britain.
British.
They're British.
Yeah.
Oh, it's called The
And they-
Hangout.
and
The
they-
dude
Thank
that
you,
played the
Auntie
lead in
Michelle.
Snowfall, the dude that played the lead in Snowfall
And
had the British
they
accent.
are British. Indeed.
She said
It
it's
caught
called
me
The
off guard.
Hangout. That's the name of the
The
podcast.
Hangout.
Lamar, yeah.
The Hangout.
And
But
Lamar
I do
really British.
have-
Like he has like a high pitched British voice. Like he's British.
I just don't understand how they could flip it on. Yo, I'm telling you, that's
That's some
skill.
talent.
Because
All
there
of
are
them
That's a
thespians.
skill. Yeah,
They all
that's a
very
skill
talented.
because Idris Elba could do that thing like that. And who's the other one? There's another one that be killing it.
My man from
Several.
Yeah, my man from
Several.
Snowfall.
The dude from Snowfall.
Nah,
Yeah, I was about to say
You talking
that
about
too.
the dude? You probably talking about the dude from Queen and Slim.
Snowfall, yeah.
No,
Daniel,
Queen and Slim could do it
Snowfall.
too. Yeah,
yeah, Daniel.
yeah.
Kahlua.
Kahlua,
whatever
yeah.
his name is.
That's my guy right there.
I love him.
That's my guy.
So, next thing. I saw this on social media, and this man has gone viral for stating that he recently had back surgery, and he stopped being friends with, I think he said like 4 of his friends because in the midst of him having back surgery, major back surgery, nobody called to check on him. Nobody did any of that. So this is what he said. He said, I just blocked and deaded friendships with 4 of my homeboys. I had back surgery literally a whole month ago, and not one of those niggas checked on your boy. I ain't say shit. I just blocked and let it be what it is. Niggas wasn't my real friends.
Facts.
What's y'all thoughts?
Facts. I did the same thing. I did the same thing.
Is that the dude that was like viral at a point? Is this the dude? Is that him?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
Is that him? That was real viral, light skinned guy with the beard?
Probably. Probably.
I mean,
No,
what was
but
he
you know,
viral for?
I mean,
So, what was he
No,
viral
but
for?
I mean,
sometimes you gotta do that.
it's a lot of them, but
There's a lot of them right now, yeah. But you gotta do that though. Like,
I see because he kind of just fell off the scene for a while. I was like, that might explain it. Like he had back surgery, something happened to him.
everybody want to be your friend until you're going through something, and then all of a sudden you go through them. Then you think you have friends, and then all of a sudden they disappear. They're not there. Like nobody. Like I'm not gonna lie to you. Nobody checked on me with everything, and some people knew what I was going through, and they still didn't check. So just just cut them off, keep them at bay. I ain't gonna block you though.
But for those who care, the Knicks game is in overtime.
Jesus on the fucking Knicks.
My God.
So this is one of the things. So my reason for bringing that up was to kind of tap into the thought process of feelings and emotions and all of those kind of things when it comes to Black men having conversations about their mental health, about their emotions, about things that they're going through. And as we can see,
we don't.
Y'all don't, because all three of y'all have stated that y'all don't. But also,
there's no safe spaces.
Yeah, right. Nobody cares.
Hold that thought.
No, don't say that.
Hold that. Hold that thought.
Michelle cares.
Hold that thought. So this is the video, and then we're gonna talk about.
Yeah, let's do that.
Bro, a lot of Black men don't have friends that they can really have deep conversations with, bro.
No.
And I didn't know that was a thing. Because with my bros, I'd be like, yo, I love you. Yeah. You feel me? Yo, bro, I need a hug. Yo, let's pull up tomorrow because I'm going through some things right now. God's put me through some fire right now. Look, what's up, bro? I need y'all to pull up. I need a hug. I need us to sit down, eat. Let's talk a little bit. You feel me? And we can have those conversations. We can cry in front of each other. We can chill. We can hug each other. We can embrace each other. And we can tell each other like, yo, bro, this is what I need from you. And it's not going to come off as, oh, bro, you gay. No homo.
Right,
pause.
right,
you know what I'm saying?
right.
Like, so I feel like a lot of Black men don't really have that and struggle when it comes time for them to seek out support because they've never known how to.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
I know because I've been blessed, like me and my tight circle, we've been tight since high school. So like 25 years and no real fallouts or nothing like that. But a lot of people aren't like that.
Right.
Respect to what y'all got going on. I've been trying to find good people for so long. I'm tired, bro.
I would say this. It's a 100%, bro. It's so okay to be tired.
Like, I got, you know what I'm saying? You ain't got nothing left. You ain't got nothing left to give.
I'll tell you this, bro. I'll be it. Like, whatever you need, dog. Like, you just want to talk. Like, I for sure can't hoop with you. I'll go out there and pass that hoe. Like, what we're saying is, bro, like, we want to be those people. Bringing you here wasn't about this. I wanted to talk basketball and hoops. But, dog, folks love you, dog. Nobody want to see you go through this.
I got me a Beasley jersey out the mother house. Because I was down here when you got drafted.
I think the thing is, man, like so many times as Black men, we are asked because of talent to carry everybody. We are not made to carry everybody. Black women are asked to carry everybody. They are not made to carry everybody. Dog, it takes a fucking village, bro. And at some point, you gotta have somebody who don't need shit from you, who don't want shit from you, who want to see you win, man. Like we don't do this for us. Yeah, like you want to build these things, but it's about these conversations. It's about bringing people on here and letting them tell their story. When Freddie said, man, you can tell your narrative, tell that shit, and I'll preach it too. What we saying is, man, don't give up, and we won't give up.
can't say I know exactly what you're going through. But I've seen a lot of, I've heard a lot of stories, and I've seen a lot of guys that have come from our demographic background. They really, you know, they fight and they bust their ass.
Everybody just sit there and laugh. Like Antoine Walker will go through whatever he's going through. Motherfuckers just sit there and make jokes. Allen Iverson was a joke for a while until everybody found out that shit wasn't true. He turned. It's like, bro, no, bro. Being black is so fake right now. It's like motherfuckers only care when it's time for somebody to die and the cameras to show. It's like, bro, motherfuckers is out here showing every day that they need help. It's in the music, and we only listen to it till these die. It's like, bro, everybody out here need help, and everybody walking around this motherfucker like they got it all together.
That episode gets me every time. Every time that episode.
I agree with that.
Right. If y'all have not seen that entire interview, watch it. You have to see the entire. Just from watching a portion of that clip when they told him that they would be there for him, it made me go watch the entire interview. Dude was hurting because so many people had used him, including his mother. The very person that was supposed to love him
and protect him had used him and stolen from him. He didn't trust anybody. He didn't trust anybody. He didn't know where to go because everybody that he had put around him that he trusted, when I tell you, I cried from beginning to end because I felt so, at that point, I just wanted to tell him, like, I got you. Like, because the very people that were supposed to protect him, and that's the thing with, we have the very people around us that we know and we feel that are supposed to protect us, but for lack of better words, they fuck up and they fucking break us. And they broke that boy. They broke him down. He didn't know where to go and who to trust. And those fellas were trying to love him, but he didn't know how to accept it because he didn't know how to receive it because so many people had tore him up and had used him so badly and destroyed him. He didn't know what to do. He didn't know what to do. And that's where we get hurt, and that's where the mental portion of us starts, because the very people that we think are supposed to love us, protect us, and keep us away from people that do that are the very people that do it to us. Yeah.
So if you have not seen that entire interview on Pivot, please watch it. It explains a lot. It explains a lot. It explains a lot. And I like, it let me see men in a whole different light as to where sometimes we as women want to fix it all, and they really don't want us to fix it. They just want us to listen. They just want a safe space.
Say that.
They just want a safe space. They don't want us to fix it. They want a safe space. And then not for you to throw it back up in their face later and say, well, you was the punk that cried in front of me and all. Nope. Nope.
Let's talk about
that's exactly what's happening.
Wait, hold on, y'all. Hold on.
Wait, it's too many people.
Hold on.
That's Pablo.
What's up?
Wait, it's echo. Hold on. Okay, Pablo. So you were saying before the video started that you feel like that there aren't enough safe spaces for Black men. So
Yeah.
talk about that a little more. Talk about why you feel as though that there aren't spaces for Black men to you.
So for me, and this is only for me, I grew up in that pocket of the crack era, then the heroin era, and a lot of it was survival at all times. It was never we come together, we click, you know what I mean, we group up. I can probably count 2 fingers of the male friends that I can literally just go to and have that type of conversation with. And then one of them is kind of shaky. So it's really just one person. You know what I'm saying? they know who they are. Some days they good, some days they not. Okay. But you know what I'm saying? Like, but the generation behind me, you know, they have 3, 4 friends. You see what I'm saying? Like, and then the generation now, like my son has 7 friends that he can go to. I ain't never heard no shit like that before in my life. He's like, yo, I'm going to my man's house. And I always say, why you keep going to your man's house? In my head, I'm like, yo, you keep going to what's really going on? Right? But that's his safe space. He can go there because the fellas are there. They can have conversations about the rest of the world that's fucking with him. Me, I never had that. You know what I'm saying? I had cousins, but you know, cousins is cousins. We grow up and it's just life like that. But I never felt like I had a safe space where I can like, hey, this is what's going on. Hey, she broke my heart. You know what I'm saying? Because I had a mom, military, tough. I like, yo, mom, she cheated on me. What you thought she was going to do? That's her exact answer to me. At 19, she's like, what you thought she was going to do? You went away to college. She's supposed to sit here and wait for you.
Well, there's that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah, I never had a safe space until honestly Instagram, which is the wild part. Like the early days of Instagram, that's when I started expressing myself and telling people what I was going through. And it was like, I didn't know other people were going through the same thing. So I built the community around mental health because I didn't have no other outlets to talk to. Like even my best friend, he told me several times that he just now realizing that depression is a real thing. I've been friends with that man for 29 years and he know what I've been through. But he thought I was just going through a bad day. Because some days I'll be down, some days I'll be up, and he didn't know. He just thought, oh, it's a bad day. He's good now. He didn't know about the depression, about me trying to take myself out, none of that stuff. So that section, 1980 up to probably about like 99-ish, no safe spaces for us.
So my question is, and don't think I'm trying to be an asshole because I'm not.
No, I know.
So why is it that y'all don't build the safe spaces within each other? I know partly why. Like I know partly why is that because you know Black men are told not to, you know, tap into their emotions, express feelings, and all that other kind of stuff. But if those are the spaces that y'all need, at some point somebody is going to have to take the baton and say, you know what, I'm going to create that safe space, and then make sure that that safe space is open to other Black men who need it, or other Black men who might not know that they need it, but when it is available or when they do come across the time that they need it, that it's there for them.
They know it's there.
Yeah, because one of the things that a lot of that I've seen on social media is that nobody cares. Don't nobody care about a Black man's feelings unless you providing this and providing money, and then they still don't care then.
They don't.
I get pissed off. I get pissed off every fucking time that I see that narrative. One, and I'm not trying to be an asshole, but it's the truth. One, because a lot of y'all ain't really providing. That's the truth. Like that's the truth of the matter. Like a lot of y'all not really providing, not being a dick, not being an asshole. But if we look at how people make money and things like that, a lot of and I say providing in the space of money because that's usually what they talking about. They not talking about emotional support. They not talking about nothing else. It's usually simply only about financial. So, but also like the women that are in your life that do create the safe spaces, that do give you the room to tap into your emotions and your feelings and all of that kind of stuff. Y'all don't even take advantage of those spaces either, because you're fearful that it'll happen in the same way that it has happened in relationships or other things like that. So at what point does it become the onus of y'all to create those safe spaces?
But you kind of answering all the questions that you're asking, because at the end of the day, we still have a fear. We have a fear. Like, for this is just a hypothetical. Pablo and Ella are together. Just a hypothetical. Hypothetical.
Fastest relationship on earth right now.
They're together.
I'm just listening.
Yeah, they're together. So, like I said, Ella's a good woman, but Pablo's still trying to heal from his past. And within that, he's still trying to see, can he trust Ella to be the safe space? That's a battle within itself.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a mind fuck. Like you're constantly trying to battle. Is she the one I could trust? That's what you're going back for. Is she gonna throw it back in my face? Even the test questions, you be like, all right, let me give her a test. Let me give her a test. You're even scared to do that because you know why? One, because a side of you already kind of digs Ella. You feel that she could be the one, whatever, but you also don't want to ruin it either. So it becomes
ruin it in what way? Ruin it in what way though?
What if she's the one? One, you're already digging her. You feel that she can be a safe space, but now, like I said, you're always in you know how they say forgive, don't forget. That forget plays a demon in your head consistently. So now you gotta be like, all right, hold on. Can I test her? Can I
what if she turns? What if she is the person that you think she is, or you didn't want her to be?
Exactly.
So we rather
you don't want to be disappointed.
Yeah, we rather the fantasy.
Yeah, so it's like, yo, you're fighting yourself consistently. It's a consistent fight. So it's not like you saying, why don't we build it within ourselves? Do you know there's some men out there actually building safe spaces just to ruin people at the same time?
Then that's not a safe space. The fuck?
But you don't know that.
But you don't know that at that time.
You don't know that.
But I'm saying,
right?
That's what I'm saying. You might think it is, but I'm saying if you going into these so-called safe spaces thinking it's a safe space, but then you go in there and
but
then
you just ask why is nobody picking the baton? The thing is, if somebody does pick the baton, it's regardless of anything, we're constantly fighting within our head, and we're constantly fighting against somebody else. It's always a battle.
Question: is this an actual fight?
And then let me say this as well.
Go ahead.
I was going to answer your question from the male perspective of men and men. Let's say it's a safe space, but the generation that's doing it is younger. So me as an OG, like, I'm not going to go sit with a bunch of young dudes and let them tell me what to do. I'm fucking OG. I know how to, you know what I'm saying? So that's one of the problems right there, where we don't feel comfortable being like, I'm not going to let my son tell me how to be a better man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? So those are conflicts right there within itself from generational. That's just like your grandmama wasn't going to let you tell her, I've been here longer than you. You know, so it's that type of situation with that.
So it's a lot of conflicts that you have to battle within yourself. Yeah. It's a lot.
And those generational curses, we still trying to fight through that.
Yeah.
We still trying to fight
consistently.
through that.
Consistently.
Yeah.
Every day.
And then I learned this a long time ago, that a lot of women, when men are going through stuff and they're your girlfriend, they don't know how to be your friend at that moment instead of being your girlfriend.
Welcome back, Mal. Welcome back, sir.
Thank you. Tell that.
They don't know how to separate.
Be, you need a friend instead of a girlfriend. Mm-hmm.
the two.
You need a friend instead of a girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
I think in that space, a lot of times women don't necessarily know how to just be in the space. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, we don't know how to just be the friend. We don't know how to separate. Oh, this is my man. I gotta take care of him. I gotta nurture him because he going through all of
He going
this.
through something.
Like, we don't know how to do the separation and be like, okay, do you need me to be your girlfriend or you need me to be the homie? And
they feel like if they turn into the homie, they lose that girlfriend part of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because I told the girl, like, you're my best friend. She like, no, I'm not. I'm like, how you telling me who my best friend is? That you're my best friend.
Because to her it feels like she's been demoted.
Right.
In all reality, you just got a
that,
promotion.
Exactly. My mama.
In all reality, you just got a promotion.
My mama and my daddy
with a raise
for 30 years. The day my daddy died, my mom looked at me like, my best friend just died. That's just how she carried it with him. Like, she loved him, and that was her best friend.
Yeah. I think I used to have the conversation and battle having that conversation with this person for a long time, because my biggest thing, like when I first started podcasting, was like, outside of making it a safe space for everybody, but I definitely wanted it to be a safe space for Black men, because, you know, a lot of the Black men in my life at that time kept dealing with like some funky, fucked up shit. And they didn't have nobody to talk to. But a lot of them would come and talk to me, and I'd be like, oh, okay, cool, we can talk, you know. But one of the things that I noticed is that they would always say they didn't have safe spaces. Like, they would go to the barbershop or whatever, they'll chop it up. But even at the barbershop, it's like you talk about it, but you can't really express your feelings.
You only could
can't really express your feelings. Yeah, it's limited.
Because they gonna judge you there too.
Yeah,
and then even with me, a lot of guys would limit how much they would tell me, but then I'd be like, nah, you know, go off, you know, do whatever you like, you feel is right. And sometimes the conversation would get so deep and they would cry, they would let go, but then they would feel so uncomfortable after the fact. Like, I don't even believe I just fucking cried.
That's a level of
Yeah,
intimacy
and
that
it
we
just
not
be
used to.
like,
yeah,
but I ain't judging you though. Like,
I'm glad
that's
you
one
found out.
thing. Yeah, like, nigga, because I don't want you up here. That's just like women not farting around men. Like, bruh, fart. Like,
You got to get it up out of there.
fart, get it up out of here. Because I don't want you throwing up when all you really needed to do was fart. Like, bruh, no. I don't want you blowing up and being angry when all you needed was somebody to listen to you. Nigga, let that shit off.
There is nothing that's more hurtful and more angry than when you find out your safe space has turned on you.
This is for everybody. I'm gonna say this about me, okay? This is a safe space because I don't talk to a lot of people, first and foremost. But then most of the stuff that you tell me about your situation, it get tucked away back here somewhere in this motherfucker until we have that conversation again. Cause I don't remember shit until we have a triggering conversation where it'd be like, oh yeah, you did tell me that. So you'll never have to worry about your motherfucking secret slipping out of my goddamn mouth. Cause that shit gets stored in a little box with a little lock on it, and then it'd be back here some goddamn where. But
I think it's also the concern. My bad. I think it's also
go ahead.
I think it's also the concern, not necessarily of it being spreaded, but of it being used against them. Because I've definitely had that conversation with several guys where they have said that that has happened to them, where a woman has taken something that they told them in confidence and blasted it to a bunch of people just to diminish them because their feelings was hurt at that time. So your feelings is hurt, and now you want to tell everybody that he peed in the bed or whatever. And
pissing in the bed, ass boy.
nigga. Right. So now you want to go and you want to hit below the belt and you want to hurt that person because of that. And that's super unfortunate because I think I'm gonna be honest, I think a lot of women have been taught the same way men have been taught to deal with men, if that makes sense. So it's like just like you guys are it's like embedded in you guys that you don't deal with your emotions. Boys don't cry, men don't cry. You toughen that shit up and you just go out and blah 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 blah. You ain't got time to have emotions and feelings and blah 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 blah. Women are programmed in the same space that sometimes when a man
Men
does
ain't
get
supposed to have those.
they're not supposed to have emotions and they're not supposed to feel certain things. But the way that this shit is so tricky and so fucking retarded. Okay, can't use retarded. So unnecessary. It's so fucked up is the fact that, but you want that man to be emotional about you. But when it comes to him expressing something that he is feeling, something he is going through, something that he doesn't understand, something that he's dealing with, or some type of depression or whatever that he's facing, now all of a sudden, you a punk ass nigga, or you this and you that, and it's like
that's the selfishness.
It's
another part of having emotional intelligence. A lot of people are not emotional. A lot of people aren't emotionally intelligent to understand that in order for somebody to be emotionally available, they have to find that a safe space. But then also you have to be emotionally available to receive. You can't just be emotionally available to deliver all of your emotions, but not being able to receive somebody else's. Exactly. And that's what makes the exchange between men and women so fucked up a lot of times, because we don't create safe spaces for each other. And then, like Moses said, we go into it already nervous and tiptoeing and all that other kind of shit. Like, you going in this with the thought that this person is going to fuck you over. And if that's the thought, then why are you even fucking with this person? Like, why is this even somebody that you're considering? So I think a bigger part of it is this: men and women in general have to get to the point where they start doing the work before they get out here and really get into dating and shit. But nobody's gonna do that. Nobody. Like, I don't give a fuck. Nobody's gonna do that. Why would I do that when I could just go out here and bleed on every motherfucking body because my mama didn't love me? Like, that's the thought. Like, why would I do that when my daddy not here? You know what I'm saying? Like, people would rather not do the work and then come up with every other excuse under the sun as to why they aren't doing the work and why they keep fucking over other people who had nothing to do with the shit that they did or the emotions or what broke them in the first place. So,
and they're also just talking about this because of social media. They feel like being alone is a bad thing.
Man, listen.
They feel like they have to be with somebody.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll get in any type of situation. They'll get in any type of situation, no matter if it's good, bad, or different, because they feel like they have to do it.
What's the song? I think it's by Silk. Nah, it's by Public Announcement. I don't want to be alone, girl. I sure the fuck don't. Hell, I need someone to hold me. Hell yeah.
Emotional intelligence. What? Go ahead. Finish the song.
Nah, that was it. I'm just irritated because hell yeah, I don't want to be alone.
Because
hold me. Let me
emotional intelligence is a part of being able to deal with your shit, knowing that you got some shit that you're dealing with, you're going through, and then still being able to function in a relationship too. And then also being with somebody that you know that they are dealing with some stuff and going through it, and you're able to still be there and support them through it. That's pretty much what emotional intelligence is in a nutshell. I may not be able to relate to what you're going through. Maybe I didn't experience, but what I am going to do is I'm going to be here for you. I'm going to walk with you through it, and I'm going to try to help you through it. And then on the flip end, it's okay, I'm going through something. This is not a reflection of you. It's just something that I'm dealing with. Please be with me during this time, and I promise you we'll get out of it together.
Ayla, how
Hmm?
many women you think out there is willing to actually say that same exact?
A
It's
lot
not.
more than y'all
It's a
y'all
lot
give
more than you
credit to.
think.
Mm.
It is a lot.
It's a lot more than you think. I think the problem though is maybe there's just more of the latter than
It's
it
definitely.
more of the it's probably just more on that spectrum. But I know for a fact because I know a lot of women like me and Leo and a few of the other like Anish, all of us
It's the
can't be
forehead
us
curtain girls.
us
Forehead curtain girls messed it up for everybody. I promise
the
But
forehead
that's the
curtain.
problem. Like, how did y'all let this new generation of forehead curtain girls fuck it up for the real women
Exactly.
who don't even wear forehead curtain?
Here's
you.
and here's the other thing. A good portion of the women that y'all are looking at are younger than y'all.
That's not
And
true.
these no,
No. That's true. Because a lot of people my age looking at Chloe Bailey like bro,
I mean, yeah.
she's
So,
nowhere near 30, bro. And you
Yeah.
over here staring at Chloe Bailey like she's some steak. Like
Yeah.
it's the thing.
that's part of it. Like some of the stuff is like out of the league in certain like the age gap, and you have that whole like I'm gonna be honest. At one point it was like women or girls were smarter than boys, right? I do not think that is this new generation. I don't, maybe it's me. I don't know if that's this new generation because some of this, I think there's a lot of very intelligent young women. Trust me, I believe that. But I know at one point it was a lot. Wait, man, I ain't did nothing to nobody. Me and my foot. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's
Somebody
so
get her out of
silly.
here, yo.
I don't
Yo,
want no
somebody get
smoke.
her out of here.
She's so silly. I love her. She's
Somebody get her out of here.
but yeah, we just I think that a lot of times, y'all, it's who we choose. And I think if we got to the space like us doing these mental health things and us doing this self-care and really loving on ourselves, you're not gonna find nobody that's gonna be that type of individual if if you're really loving on yourself because you'll be able to spot when they're not.
Okay.
It's the discernment that you would have that'll keep you from choosing these forehead women.
Whoa. I'm shut up. I don't know nothing about the forehead women, but
I don't know either, but I'm he said it. Pablo said it.
Pablo, you got an example of a forehead woman?
Man, what?
Give me an
Give him
example.
an example.
Yeah.
Who has forehead curtains?
That man say
Lotto.
Sexy Red.
Lotto?
Sexy Red.
Oh, hell no.
Wait, what does forehead courage mean? It was something going around today where they was talking
No,
about
curtains. The fake baby hair that go all the way here and come about down this way.
The baby hair.
Oh.
Man, give me an old school light skin, man. Give me some Sade, man. Give me some Phyllis Hyman.
Yes, come on now.
I meant you said old school light skin.
Yeah, old school light skin was different.
Is that? Oh my, who doing that? Nah, but I don't know, it just be.
We done ran over time. Look at us running over time. I told y'all this conversation was gonna get good.
It's always a battle within a battle, but it was a great conversation.
Yeah, the young people leading the way, unfortunately, because the old people are stuck in their ways, and until the old people get out, to the old people get out their way, that's how it's going to be.
And there's so many answers to the question about mental health in our community. So many different answers to get to the one solution.
Yep.
That it's always going to be a tug of war. So hopefully in the community we can just keep fighting and keep promoting mental health and how important it is.
Yeah. And keep doing the work.
Overwhelming. Just like
keep doing the work and then showing the progress of the work. I don't think it's enough people. It's a lot of
And I think
people.
conversations like these are important.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Look at us turn it into tonight conversation. That's crazy.
No. And not.
So I want to thank y'all for tuning in. We want to thank y'all for, first of all, I want to thank everybody on the panel for sharing your story and sharing, you know, how you got started with therapy, how you tapped in and realized like therapy was what you needed for yourself and for your life and for the people around you so that they won't whoop your ass for being trash. I want to thank y'all for being vulnerable enough to share your stories. I will let y'all know, like to the audience and everything, going into next month, we will be talking about grief in 4 different ways. Actually 6, because we are also talking about grief on the After Dark show. But we are talking about grief on the After Dark show in the ways that grief affects your sexual relationships, but it also affects your hormones and all of those other kind of things. And so it's a bunch of different ways that grief affects us and we don't recognize it. So we'll be discussing grief as far as grieving friendships and relationships, grieving the loss of a loved one, grieving yourself, your former self, or your, in a way, whether it's like your body and things like that, because a lot of people have gone through major transformations and things like that. So that is another form of grief. And then I cannot remember the other one off the top of my head, but we'll have this conversation over the month of May, because May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and that is what we talk about. We just kicked it off a little early tonight because we wanted to prepare to go into those conversations and also give y'all a glimpse of what it looks like to go through that, to go through that journey of healing and working on your mental health. What is it, Pablo?
Can we talk about the grief of when your side chick get a new boyfriend and she don't want to talk to you no more?
And we shall not.
Wow.
We shall not.
Join us next week where we talk about mental health of midgets.
There you go.
Of midgets.
Mental health of midgets.
Ain't no mountain high enough.
Okay, that's it. It's time to go.
Well, thank you, Devin.
What?
Devin said this is the best podcast that I have seen where men and women have expressed self and there was no bashing. Love it.
Absolutely.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for joining, Devin Boo.
And Gina said, once again, happy each of you are here to tell your stories. Very proud of y'all. God bless you guys. XOXO.
Love you, Gina.
And Regina said we got to do a part 2.
Yes,
listen,
ma'am.
we gonna always have conversations about mental health awareness, but next month, like I said, we're gonna be talking about grief. So y'all get 6 shows about grief. Y'all get 6 shows. So go buy y'all Kleenex. It may get a little touchy, it may get a little triggering, but we're gonna try our best to have the conversations in the best way that we can. We do have some amazing mental health counselors and therapists coming on the show next month. Our favorite trap therapist will be back. My therapist will actually be on one of the After Dark shows. So we got a lot of great people that will be coming to give their input about grief.
Tune in.
Absolutely.
Yes, tell a friend.
Tell your
Thank
enemies.
you
make
for
sure
being a friend.
Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and follow all of PGC, the Phat Girl Chronicles, PGC After Dark, PGC Media, and our partner over there at SMG. Make sure y'all get in contact with them, connect with them. Do not forget that we still booking for the Fat Fan Fiesta in Punta Cana. We will be at the Royalton Chic, Punta Cana, September 18th through the 22nd. Make sure y'all get the information. You can go to the Phat Girl Chronicles.
That is a mental health weekend.
It is a mental health weekend.
There, we're gonna have a good time. We got some amazing things planned for that weekend. So make sure y'all join us for that. And
Punta Cana.
I think that is it. That is all. We appreciate y'all. Don't forget, y'all can check us out on LeoRochelle.com. The Phat Girl Chronicles, PGC After Dark, all of the great things. We got merch and all of that good stuff over there too. So make sure y'all check us out. Yeah. And this is our video. We're going to take it on up out of here. And after that, We gone. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. Make sure, whatever you do for the rest of the evening and the rest of the week, that you don't do it with your half-ass, y'all. Do it with your whole ass. All right, y'all? We
See y'all.
So I go in the room and I sit down. Okay, and where are you sitting down? You sitting down on the chair, or is this, at your desk? Yeah, I'm at my desk. So you're minding your own business. I'm minding my own business. And what did she say?
You gotta do it with your whole ass.